I remember working with a DP 5 years ago. I paid for his flight tickets for a music video to go and shoot it. Like, we paid for it.
I paid rent before for my clients. I don't care.
But that kind of shows commitment and belief in these projects.
And the person.
We do this
We do
because
whatever it
there's a lot
takes.
of passion projects, and then this.
Yeah.
And
Or
this,
do you need insurance? Like, if you need insurance, you go do a camera test.
Yeah.
Like, we can help you with that. Do you need a visa in order to do a particular job in a country? Like, we will figure it out.
Welcome to Cinema 5D on the Go. Moving conversations about moving images with filmmakers and industry leaders. Brought to you by Tilta, Blackmagic Design, Manfrotto, and Olympus OMD in association with Sony. This is your host, Nino Leitner.
So what is an agent actually for, Casper?
what is an agent for?
Why do I need an agent? Or do I, when does one need an agent and why?
So think of it as a Saab 900, the car, the Swedish car. Like, it's a perfect car, but if it's the turbo edition, it's just slightly better. Like, it's running, it's working already, it's fantastic, it's doing what it needs to do. But an agent can just put that turbo in for you. And an agent also can do stuff that is kind of tricky to do yourself. Of course, the legal stuff, the contracts, negotiating. As a DP, you should keep an eye on the creative stuff, not as much the potential conflicts in negotiating.
Yeah.
And that's nice to leave to the agent to figure that stuff out. So you can just be the good guy, and then the agent can be, okay, so the agent is basically the turbo / sometimes bad cop, and also we spend so much time researching. That's a huge, like, fixing visas and researching.
It's those two things.
That's so time consuming,
Yeah.
but super, super important. If you're out shooting and you need, as a DP, it's of course important that you keep on getting a lot of inspiration, but we spend a lot of time figuring out what's going on, who's the next this and that. So we do that, but we do it, of course, in a combined effort with the people we work with. And it all has to do with, where are you now? Where do you want to go? And that journey sometimes needs a turbo or needs a bad cop.
Yeah.
But not always. And an agent DP collaboration has a lot, for me at least, has a lot to do with an emotional bond with the people I work with. Honestly, that's more important for me than the actual work. The work is important because it's important, but for me, the human factor is decisive.
Yeah.
The majority of, like, even the high end, I can mention a name, like I'm mentioning Manuel Clau because I think people might know him. When I get a feedback from producers or director that works with Manuel for the first time, they would write me an email, or I will call them and ask how it went and so on. Like, even a small tabletop, whatever local commercial, they would tell me, or my colleagues, he's the nicest guy. We love having the guy on set. He treated everyone fantastic. Like, I have had, and this is honest, I've had runners talking about how well
cool.
he treats everyone.
Yeah.
And then next line, and he did an amazing job.
Yeah.
But they talk about how they treat people on set, and that's so important for me, and that's what makes me the most proud. There's a reason why we don't rep directors. I'm not saying all directors are assholes.
Yeah.
But sorry. But I'm just saying that the people we work with, and I see that in a lot of cinematographers, are just fantastic to have on set. They don't always need a big ego.
Yeah.
They are so generous. They work as a team effort. I used to play basketball. I really like the whole collective team thinking.
I think it's a funny thing with the film industry in general. It's because it's such an intense time on set. I mean, you need to be a social person to be successful. I think
it's a relationship business, you know. And
if you're an introvert, I mean, the best job I think in filmmaking is probably being an editor. Even then, it's hard. But you know,
I might push it a little bit, but I'm not getting a lot of these #MeToos on my guys. I'm telling you this. They treat people with respect.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of that, and that's super important for me. That was a bit off topic, but it's super. That's so important for us, because that's what drives us to work long hours, to struggle with the visa, the hard work of going to festivals, drinking vodka, staying up late,
driving in cars with weird people,
driving in cars with weird people.
So what are you guys most proud of in your job? Like recent projects or clients you have? I don't know if you want to be specific.
I'm so scared. I don't know. I want to jinx it.
You don't want to piss off the others, right?
Well, I mean, I love who I work with. I love my clients so much. I feel lucky every day that I am working with the people that I am. And I hope it doesn't change. I really hope it doesn't change.
So you can't, like, it would be interesting to hear, you know, like if there's any movies that everybody knows where you guys kind of were instrumental in putting somebody in this position, kind of, you know, like, or you kind of connected the dots.
Well, I think it's now official, but one of the things that our narrative department, actually Louisa Vick, in our feature department, we have just booked Matt Lloyd on the second Spider-Man with John Watts. And Matt Lloyd is a young DP that we've been his only agent, and John was somebody that he met on a music video, or that called him after he saw a music video, and they did his first movie together. He shoots commercials, but Louisa basically attacked it from all these different angles, using Matt's experience, most recent experience, up to all the people involved that were making the decisions. And she really strategically put this together so that Matt got the movie.
Wow.
And it's a remarkable, I mean, it's a remarkable accomplishment.
Great. Awesome to hear.
Yeah, to be specific, well, it's weird. Like, I think in a way you need to be super humble with what we do, and I know that you are Kristen as well. So when you talk about, well, we kind of made this happen, it's, yeah, well, we might, sometimes we do, sometimes okay, we do more, and we're a bigger part of it. But I think I remember working with a DP 5 years ago. I paid for his flight tickets for a music video to go and shoot it. Like, we paid for it.
I paid rent before.
And it was it was a pro bono thing, and back then, like, we were up and coming, and it was a lot of money for us. That music video has over 1 billion views now, and,
nice.
And totally
did nice.
1 billion.
Yeah, it's
that's amazing.
It was you instantly knew this was a hit.
Right, you knew he had
the
to
music
do it.
video is okay. It's not a fantastic music video, but you knew that this was a career changer, and I'm
that's
kind
fantastic.
of feeling like those career changer moments when you're so confident that you would kind of, you know, just us paying the whatever, but that kind of shows commitment and belief in these projects, and also, you know, it could be this, it could be a TV series, it could be a feature film as well. I just remember this music video as something that was for me like kind of a turning point in my perception of what we do as an agency. We're getting in, like, this is another thing, but as an agency in Europe, we're getting, I'm going to a lab that develops film in Stockholm to get a good collaboration with them. That should be a producer doing that, but on the other hand, it's the DP's agenda. If they want to shoot on film on smaller projects, if I can do anything to make that happen, to connect the dots, to do whatever, we have a really nice camera kit at the office.
That's what we do.
We blew
have
so much
got cameras.
fucking money on that thing. It's not, you know, it's not a. Anyways, we do this because
whatever it
there's a lot
takes.
of passion projects, and
Yeah.
then they say, "Oh, you have to shoot on this Canon." Oh, I'm not mentioning any bad thing about, but let's
You're
say,
like, no, you don't. Here is a good one.
and here's
cool.
here's the Amira thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
or
this,
if you need insurance, like you know, if you need insurance to go do a camera test,
Yeah.
like we can help you with that. Do you need a visa in order to do a particular job in a country? Like we will figure it out.
We spend so much time on the visa thing as well, and we have hookups for like I have the ones that can I have the guy in Copenhagen that can that fixes the Russian embassy thing.
Wow.
If you want to shoot in
yeah, I wasted a lot of
India, I
time
did
on
it.
that too.
You know, we need because that's
Yeah.
so stressing for
Yeah.
the DPs,
Yes.
especially when they're out shooting in different
Yeah.
countries.
For sure,
You
and they'll
get
be at a
double
different
pass.
country and have to go somewhere, and facilitating getting the visas and
Yeah.
their passports.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh God, every DP needs 2 passports.
You
Every
guys, you need 2
Visas,
passports.
two passports.
Yeah, that's super important.
Yeah.
actually.
Visas and
don't
carnets
keep
are
both
my
with you.
enemies.
And what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know carnet? The thing like the passport for your gear.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
need-
yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Like whenever I shoot in the US, it's like running to 4 different customs agents.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
yeah,
It's awful.
yeah. Well, thank you guys. This was very, very interesting. I think there's a lot to take from this for our audience. I think we'll post this in a couple of episodes. So
Okay, cool. Like you edited it.
on a weekly basis. Yeah. We usually do that. So thanks, guys. Enjoy camera image or camera image. I still don't know what it's called.
Yeah, no one knows.
No one
Oh,
knows.
make it right here. Yeah.
Are we? We here.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, and thanks everybody for watching. This was Cinema 5D on the go, and tune in for the next show next week. Bye.